Yes, man. Woo. Yeah, man. So you feeling the nice little Christmas vibe? Soca parang. I love it. So ladies and gentlemen, so we are building up the live. We are waiting to get MC Bundy to come on to join us here. I mean, we're gonna talk about his, career as an MC and talking about how his song company came about as well. So just play another song. So while we get him to come on, we're gonna do this thing nice, right? So hope you guys stick around. We're gonna do this thing nice.
Santa want to bring it. If people want to feel a little magic, open up your heart and share it. You can send it online. Santa want to bring it. This year we need a little magic. Open up your bag and share it. You can ship it online. This year was a long one. Some families gone. Diseases and virus we suffer.
Yeah, man.
Away from the loved ones, we crumbled and fall, but we could still lean on each other. So don't you bring it? If people want to feel a little magic, feel a little more in their heart and share it. You can send it online. So don't you bring it?
Yes, man. Feeling the vibes.
You can ship it online. The hanging of stockings and decorating the tree. Children all playing together. Daddy's on the sofa sipping whiskey quietly. Tomorrow we'll have a hangover. Yeah. So don't you bring it? If people want to feel it.
Yes, man. Hey. Feeling it good. Hey, that's what we're talking about. So we have the man himself, MC.
Hey, good night.
Bundy. Good night to each and everyone on the inside here. My name is Stick to the Entertainer. I'm happy to have you here tonight. This is something important we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about his career as an MC, and we're gonna talk about his song company, right? Bundy Sounds, right? So we're gonna get right into it right about now. So tell us, man, where you're from.
Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. It's your boy MC Bundy, the King of Love, all the way out of Tunapuna, Tunapunian, as it is. Niceness.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. So we're up on the east side here, and tell us, like, when you started MCing, though.
Well, I started MCing when I was at the age of 6. I started to MC when I used to go to temple, long time.
Yes.
But then, those days, I was young, so I didn't really have that passion. I didn't really know what was this about. But because of the enjoyment and having people enjoy themselves, it becomes a special reason for me wanting to always be around music, always want to be around DJ, always want to be in the entertainment that way.
Yes.
So I grew up now, and everything that it have in the temple or it have in the savannah or the park, you always want me to come. MC Bundy. But when I was younger, the name was not there, it was our next name. But I grew up with it. So every time in a function, I always was invited. People always want to come pick me up during the week after school. So I realized what happened. It must be something special in this voice, or something special in me that everybody loves. So I went for it. Going to school, in school, and always going back, because those days we had a small Nokia. It had no camera. So I cannot do no videoing, but I used to get back from people. Boy, I was there, and your mother this, and your mother that, and your family. All kind of thing, it gives me the courage at the age of 6. And then I went away, and I realized it's the same trend, because it's something was happening. So from 6 to 37 now, I have been an MC, and I've been a professional MC across the world. No, and Slick T, let me tell you, when I say a professional MC, I have traveled, I have gone so many countries, and I have stand and represent my country, one. And it is something that I am very proud to be of, master ceremony. And to be called an MC for a program, a show, a concert, it takes a lot. Because when you can hype and entertain 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people and get them to respond to you, it tells you something. Because at the time we be living in right today, and even a long time, it changed. It changed. And there's a pattern in Trinidad that, favoritism and who like who. But I always believe that is why I carry the name King of Love.
Yes.
I believe in what I love to do. This is what I love, and it flows. And it's the same thing with you, Sleek. Since I met you probably 10 years back, I know you was a person who loved it. And I always remember you will reach this stage, and you actually pass that stage, and you go on beyond that. Right now, you're a world-recognized person. I was talking to somebody today, and this debating in Trinidad. I was talking to somebody today in Bahamas. And I tell him that I'm going to be an alive with Slick T. And the fella, he and his wife remember, who that guy from Arima in Castro's? I said, the same gentleman. So you see, as I said, you're a recognized international person. So the same trend of being an MC, I went to a lot of training, voice training quality. I did a lot of things in terms of my voice, school of music, pattern myself, pitching, how to be able to control our audience. Being an MC, just holding a mic and talking. You must be able to read your audience. And so long you could read your audience and channel yourself into different functions and program, it tells you, listen to me, you are heading somewhere. So people who want to take up MC as a master ceremony, it is very easy, but you have to make your mind up to have that bravery to stand on a stage or anyway. Because people used to laugh at me long time in Sleep. When I was younger, a lot of people used to laugh at me, but I grow into professionalism. And as all my music brethren on the outside and the world, they always tell me, Bundy, you come from a very far way. And I stand very firm with all my other brethren in the MC business, master so many entertainers as a comedian also, and we do it together. Always have love and passion of what you about to. So I don't want to say much about it, but everybody know me, MC Bundy, King of Love. I am not gonna change that. I'm the same person. I'm the same lover. I'm the same giver to Trinidad.
Right, so that's very important. I love that information that you brought across. I mean, being an MC is a challenge as well. People feel it's so easy to stand up in front of a crowd and do what you ought to do, but you do it very well. And I must say,
Thank you.
kudos to you. And I want to find out something like, how did you get this name MC Bundy though?
Well, all right. The Bundy came, behind Bundy was Ted Bundy. But they used to call me Ted Bundy because when I was younger,
Yes.
I was always a girl's man. But they used to call me killer, but I said I'm not a serial killer.
Right.
I'm a different kind of killer. I'm a killer of love. So take out the Ted and leave the Bundy. But long time, my original was MC Tsunami. That was my long time name. Yes. Tsunami, because I just stayed on anything. But then they come and they said, Bundy, you always, you like, I said, no, let me take out the Ted and leave for the Bundy. And I've carried that name over 11 years. MC Bundy, my show came in about 7 years. Why I incorporate my show, because later on as the interview go on, I will explain that part. I don't want to explain that part, how the my show. But the meaning of my show tells you an expert who understands music. And then I will tell you what that really means as we go on.
We're gonna, and most definitely, and we're gonna get into that shortly, right? And in terms of this, can you just, as I say, you went abroad and stuff, can you just share a couple of your best memories you had in MCing though?
Yes, I remember in okay, let me talk. Let me go to the southern part. So when I was in Suriname, it had this function called, was a very big function, it was a concert. Yes. Was Sangeet Mala. And when I was called, they sent me an invitation as it is, and want me to be a part of it, and I was like, okay, no problem. And when I went, and I was like, I realized it had international other MC was there. What is it Bundy going to do? What is it I can do to change these people when it had other people was there, profound international names in the business? Yes. But because of recommendation, I said, let me go. And let me tell you something. I met international artists in the Indian industry. Okay. I also met soca artists out of Trinidad, international soca artists in Trinidad. I met people from United States, England, Canada, New Jersey, Argentina, people who I share my little moment with when I was there. And when I finished, I was actually given an award for bravery because I was young. Yes. And holding a mic in front of 10,000 people. And one of the songs that they played, they changed the Indian concert to one of the songs was a soca song. I remember, Follow the Leader. I don't remember that song. They changed the whole atmosphere. And I had that crowd. Watch Slick. I had that crowd like on madness. And then it had a next song that a crazy song. Tiny Whiny. So it was from an Indian concert mixed now to a soca concert. And we changed the whole thing. Then I remember back in Guyana also, I've been in the length and breadth of Guyana from the east to the west to north and south, all across doing MCing and singing, because I grew up into that. So being on this live tonight, I mean, I'm privileged and happy that you have me, but you know me, Slick, I'm a hidden person. I don't like to talk much about it. All I will tell you, the King of Love, MC Bundy, in my show. Love is what we need, and without love, there is nothing behind your name. Live good, live with love.
And that is very important as well. I really appreciate that sort of explanation, that sort of experience you have, especially when you went to Suriname and you've been to other parts of the world. I mean, this is wonderful and exceptional as well. I must say, congrats once more to that. I just like to find out though, right? You are also an MC at More 104.7. Like, how did that came about and how many years experience you have in that show?
All right. Well, before 104.7, I was already on radio.
Okay.
I was already on our next, I was channeling from our next radio back, Ghana Broadcasting. And then we were on WTN, that's a New York program. Also, we were live and streaming from Trinidad.
Okay.
And then was my team radio. Then we had Megaton Radio from New Jersey. So I was before on More FM was other radio, but I could not have do it how I do it. I'm doing it now because it was something private with the airwaves across in those countries, though we could not, they was not authorized for us to do it in Trinidad. But now we could because of copyrights and all these stuff with different copyright organization. But More FM 104.7 came into place. I was recommended to Miss Sharon Amar and Robert Amar because the voice again, everybody was like, love my voice and the power in my voice and the thing that I do, but because I'm a comedian and an entertainer. So I always put myself, because I cannot be an MC without being an entertainer and a comedian. I have to be a comedian to be an MC because it's a compound function. Because I may go into something and I have to be a so-called entertainer to get the people to a different level. But channeling to radio, I had to change certain style of my ways, what I say out of radio, because it's been recorded for quality assurance and for different higher level. So I was given the opportunity as an announcer. I was actually once the ambassador in that area there, and still as an announcer with the radio. I feel very much privileged and proud to market myself as an MC, as Bundy itself, and at the same time, given the opportunity as More FM 104.7 family, it helps me to understand and to correct some of my downfalls also, because being in the radio, you must be able to understand diction and speech and what should I say and what I cannot say. But the radio industry is even more excited because I love it, because who know me in the radio is love. Love again, nothing else. Love is essential.
Yes. I remember that program, and I'll tune in whenever I can, whenever you come on and you go live.
Very soon, I should be back on the radio in about a week again. Yes, in a week. For those who also, if you see behind me, Reality Radio Trinidad is our next streamline of our parent body, but we are doing it different from all across the world also, but that is actually directly from United States, New Jersey. So we have it here, and we are streaming it across in Trinidad, so that you can, but that program is a totally different program. So we want to bring back, what we are trying to do, Sleek, as an entertainer, we want to bring back some of the Indian culture in this country, the traditional Indian culture. Because the same way how you have been having a channel and pattern of steadily karaoke behavior, we want to have a platform that other youths who are not getting the opportunity to go in the other part of their lives can do something in either program, our program, radio. So we are trying to create something. So that is how the radio come about. And I've been in the radio probably since this is close to 2 years already, and very good.
Yes, and I mean you're doing wonderful things, especially with your kind of craft and your creativity as well. And I've heard you talk in person as well, and you're very articulate and you know how to express yourself, especially when you hold on to that mic. Even when you go to those private events and all, you do your thing. And you're talking about this reality radio station, Could you just give us like an idea, like what days and stuff, like when you come on live, so at least people can be that way?
So guys, Reality Radio Trinidad is basically, it should have been on a Monday, but we change it now, so it'll be on a Thursday and Sunday. Thursdays and Sunday every week from 9 to 11:30. It's that time we would go back into Bollywood archives of oldies, some very old song from the 16s come back to 2021. And God bless the amount of people we have and my sponsors. And I've been getting so much of positive feedback and love from all across all across the world. And singing, for those who know me as an MC alone, will Sleek know I'm an all-rounder.
Yes.
And when you call yourself a professional, you must be able to stand any corner of this world and represent yourself and represent your culture and represent your country. Forget about how you look. Forget about what you wear. It's what you have inside. God always say, do what you love and love what you do. Forget about people. You live your life. And Sleek, let me go back a little to you. When I met Sleek Trinidad and Tobago 10 years ago,
yes,
Sleek was a assistant fella, and I always admire him. I said, you know what happened? I came from that style of music to singing all kind of hip-hop funk, and I said, you know, that this gentleman, that Friday was a day when I leave the hospital. Those days I used to work in the hospital. When I leave, I would go down to Castro, and Sleek was a person I always see there first, full of entertainment, full of energy, and I said, this man is just courageous. This man is so brave, and he did his thing, and today he can, God gave him the opportunity and power and love, and the whole platform open to him to interview people. I always watch his program from, I think very soon he'll be having the Prime Minister and the President on his show, and I know for a fact that he will be doing that, because I see it coming. Because if he can have MC Bundy, a man who trend this world, and others, but he can get the Prime Minister too, because it's a love thing with him. And I'll tell you that. It's not about me alone, it's about the brotherly love. And I met this gentleman, and Sleek, I must say thank you so much for all you have done for your culture, for this country. You work very hard, and I tell you, from 10 years ago to now, you did, and you develop a lot.
Of course, and I must appreciate that very much as well. I mean, and just to let you all know, just in case you didn't know, I have started this since, since in July of this year. It is of the interviews with other people, with persons as well. So, we bring different cultures together. We're not just about the music and the song man and all that as well. We doing people with the business, trying to build people with the arts and culture as well. I mean, it's all about promoting that, doing different things and making people known and exposed, and that they could advertise and bring out themselves. Because, we don't really have much platforms, especially during this time of, of
this time of the year. Yeah. It is very hard.
And we want to continue as well, most importantly, tell us a little bit about your, Bundy songs. Because, we have to talk about that. We have to mention.
So, guys, I mean, as I said when I was younger, I was always into music, playing musical instrument. Yeah. And I will tell you, growing up in the temple, I always played tabla, dolak. Who knows these things? Tabla, dolak, dantal, majira. And majira is a long time jal that they used to play long time. Too small, brass, look like something. I used to do that long time. Organ, harmonium, we used to call it long time. We didn't have piano and Yamaha and thing. We used bina. Long time we used bina. Okay. And I started to sing then, love musical instrument. Then I always say, Mommy, you know what happened? I want to start a little band now. Gosh. Oh, they help me buy a little drum, help me buy a little something. Let me start a little band home. I want to start my own thing. I want to have my own band. And my dad said, no problem. You have to make sure you do it in school. You have to do it well in school. I said, well, I'll make sure that. And I always excel. Always excel. Thank God for Mommy and Daddy. Always excel. And every school term I pass, you always buy something and put it on. Always buy something and put it on. And I started up the band first. And I grew with band. Grew singing in big bands. All across again. I was once a frontline singer. Okay. And then with Dilbahar Orchestra. Yes. Young, small little boy. Yes. And the first song I started to sing, I mean, plenty of people wouldn't be able to know this song. Was a song called Solare Sadanse. It's an old chutney song. Okay. And I started with that. And then trend, I go and start singing, take me real places. And I was, I go on, I do my thing, yes. And then I realized, no, this needs something more. This needs a little more salt in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I started to put more salt. I started to season that pot now. I started branch out. I said, Mommy, you know what happened? My sister could do it. My next sister could do it. My brother could do it. The band is good. The band is right here. So we started up a band. And was New Generation Band. Okay. And we kept that name since then to now. And I grew up with band. And then I said to myself, every time we have a function, we have to hire a system, a ground staff, a PA system. And it wasn't making any sense. Yeah. So you know what I did? I started to save. Every penny that I got, I started to save. To put towards that system-wise to do the band. So what we did, we come together, we buy this, we buy monitor, we buy amp, we buy everything that the band is consist of. And we have those days, I think I will remember the name, was a fella called Satrohan Mahes.
Yeah.
He was the engineer that days. I think I was younger them time, yeah. And he used to say, well, Bundy, we need to have this, we need to have an octopad, we need to have a Roland. I know nothing about what they're telling me about. I need to have a core, we need to have Yamaha. I say, yeah, you write it down. And we used to get these things to come, and Flenders and Mackie stage monitor, and you know, but through that we start with that. Now Bundy Sound came about, let's say about probably 14 years or 15 years Bundy Sound come about. But we started off just with self-powered.
Okay.
I started up as it is, but my cousin, who is the backbone of Bundy Sounds, he actually had gotten probably 40 by 40 system already, and they was doing fests and big party and concert, and I came in with the band part, the backline, and then I started invest, and I input in it, and others a next 16, and then we add a next 16, so we could have actually completed a 340-foot trailer. And then we also do subcontract when he actually got taken up and we can't do nothing, we do that. So Bundy Sounds established through that, and we work our way towards it. It's a family business. We work our way towards where we are today. Then we started to do lights. Then they started to do stage. Then they started to do chairs, tent, trusting, and everything. And then I started to get big jobs, which plenty of people know me through. Probably Peter Mitchell, Yuma, Stranded by the Pool, York All Inclusive, Trini River Lime, River Mania, all these big fets, you know, we have done Tunapuna Carnival, Arima Carnival, and you know, behind it had other people who was behind of us, and big DJs who work with us through the whole year, Carnival and upon Carnival. So it was not Bundy alone, it had our team and committee members who work with us very hard. And you know, if I go on with calling names, there's so many names, but you must give thanks and praise to all those who supported us. Any event, I'm always there. And money was something that was never a rush sleep.
Okay.
Money was something that I sometimes do function with people and I don't even charge. Or sometimes when we done the function, people say, well, you know, Bundy, so, they will drop the money. But I always say, when you have a passion and a love for something,
yeah,
nothing on the earth will ever stop you from loving what you love to do. Continue that flow and it will happen. So we grow with Bundy Sounds until we do everything. We do the whole works. We even do, right now, I started up a new line of the work. We do t-shirt printing. So if you come to us to do the work, we do t-shirt printing. We do all of that with the whole package. So you want to come catering, we do all of that in you. So you do the sound, you do the tent, you do chairs, the system, we do the catering, full works. Any size of work, Bundy Sounds and MC Bundy with my team, we are here to support you and give you that full works as it is.
And that is important as well. I really appreciate, and I know must say love and thanks to you, MC Bundy. I mean, for Bundy Sounds. I mean, it's so much expedition as well. But most importantly, before you go, you know, how can people get in contact with you and your song company? Like,
right. So guys, let me tell you before I go, I will be starting back my morning program, Motivational Talk, as of Monday, which I was doing all the time. And my sponsors and my fans want me to do it back because of what's happening in the country. So I will be starting back as of Monday, 9 a.m. So you could get me on my Facebook page, MC Bundy My Show, Instagram, Bundy Sound Company, and you could email me at bundysongs@gmail.com, realityradio@gmail.com. Also, Love is Essential @gmail.com. Telephone numbers 702-4270, 702-4270, 680-3126. So when you get me in that, WhatsApp me anytime. Send me any request. If you're having a problem, you're having a family problem, you're depressed, you're stressed, And this part of Bundy you see is just this entertainment part. But
Yes.
I don't want to get in the other part. I'm a qualified health consultant. I'm in the health sector as a professional health. I won't tell you what's the profession,
Yeah,
but I don't want to get into that. But anything you want in that line, feel free to let me. Call Sleek, but the king of love will always be the king of love. Love is the code. Love is the only way out of anything, my friends, today. Thank you so much, Sleek T Entertainer, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to reshare this page back to all my links. Always support Sleek T Entertainer, the man, Tureen, the only man to have to entertain your family, the karaoke king, the karaoke boss.
Yes.
Sleek T Entertainer. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks, Sleek.
Yes, and thank you so much, MC Bundy. And what a way to end off the interview. And all be sure to like, comment, share, spread our love, because MC Bundy has a lot in store for you guys. And even if we could come and even check here as well to do our printing of our logos as well.
Anytime you want to come and use
the
the studio. And one thing I want to tell them also, if you feel free and you have time and there is no platform for you and you feel that you've been left out, feel free to come. You could use my studio. I have my studio very equipped. You could come and do your live. You could play your music. You can do a talk show program. It's registered and it's under the rules of the government and law. Feel free to contact Sleek and check me anytime. Any show, any program you want to do, just link me up and it's going to be under Reality Radio and free of charge. We want to get youths to be a part of culture and to share talent. So guys, it's your opportunity and Slick T will get you guys. Once again, Trinidad, thank you so much. And thank you, Slick T Entertainer. Nice.
Yes, man. Thank you very much once again. So hope you guys have a good night and take care of yourselves. And remember, be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Love is essential. Always remember that. So let's take care and may God bless you all.
Thanks.
Come on.